was up this morning. I had a Chinese student. I teach math and science in China remotely. So I had a student this morning at 6:20. So I'm about to go get my nap.
Wow.
It's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Our clocks have gone back. So it's now 6 p.m. in UK.
Oh, wow.
For about another week.
Does your clocks change?
Next week,
Next
right?
week. Mhm.
Next week.
They'll
Okay.
go back a week before ours.
Ah, okay. Ari,
Yes, ma'am.
have you spoken to Uncle Jerry lately?
Not lately.
Okay. When you do, say hello from me.
I'm gonna charge you.
It's all right, he can pay.
I ain't charging him anything. That's my guy. That's my guy.
So, Michael, have you published any music?
No.
You know, my brother has a great story about when he met Michael. What did he say to you when he met you, Andrew? Andrew.
I don't remember now. You're gonna have to remind me. I'm getting.
The guy called me up and said to me they had an extra ticket to a concert in DC.
Oh, at Howard University.
And you got up and you said, Michael Clark from Barbados. My father was a minister, and he hit his wife, I think it was, and he said, "That's my cousin." She said, "Yeah, right." And when he got to you, what did he say to you? He didn't say, "Hi, I'm Ada." What did he say?
Hi, cousin. I can't remember.
No. He said, "I'm Ari's brother." I said,
Oh,
"No, why
all
did you
right.
do that?"
Yes. So if he said that immediately, he would have gotten recognition from me because Ari was my favorite cousin from Canada. Mm-hmm.
I said, "Now, why did you do that?" He said, "Because everybody knows Ari."
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, but you know,
That's
Andrew,
right.
Andrew is my boy. I call the house, nobody knows me. Can I speak to Andrew? I don't have to say a word. All I hear is, "Hi, Ari." Those brothers of yours, including David.
Hey there, Wayne and Topaz.
Hey,
Hi,
how you doing?
Look, David,
Hey.
you just call his name.
Yeah,
Wayne,
you
hi,
better let
Wayne.
down, David.
Hello.
Bye.
How's everybody?
I'm in Barbados.
Huh?
At Blue Horizon Hotel, and the internet quality is not very good.
You're
So
in Barbados
I may have to
again?
turn off my video. I'm actually on Army duty for the next 6 weeks. So so I'm in Barbados and I'm in quarantine.
Again?
In fact, officers is going to come shortly to test me again. And if I get tested and it's negative, I get to go home tomorrow.
You get a what?
I get to go home tomorrow. If I get tested now and it's negative, tomorrow I get to go home.
You get to go to Gin Pop.
Yeah.
How many tests have you had, David? How many?
Every time I've traveled somewhere, I've had about 8 tests. So I got tested at the University of the West Indies on Wednesday. And then I came here on Friday. And the rules are that after 5 days, they test you again. So today's the 5th day. So they're going to test me today. If it's negative, I'm going to go. If it's positive, I have to stay in quarantine for 14 days.
Tell that to Mike Pence.
You won't be able to do no duty work, boy.
Yeah, but it's going to be negative. I mean, I have a pile of 95 marks I have. So I got really good at traveling and securing myself.
Very good.
Wow.
Very good.
But of course, it has its pros and cons because last night somebody brought dinner. The lady next door to me is Clark as well. And so people can bring food for their family. So somebody brought this meal and they said Clark and they brought it to me. So I said, oh, I wasn't expecting anything because I said, well, I said, double check if it's me. And they called back and said, yes, of course, the day I realized it's for the lady next door.
Oh, you're gonna have to buy her dinner.
Was it black pudding and sauce?
I thought I owe her dinner next day.
Hey, David, was it black pudding and sauce?
Well, no, I had pudding and sauce yesterday, but somebody brought that for me. That was macaroni pie.
Oh,
That's another thing that tastes good in Barbados.
macaroni pie.
Yeah, it's
Sounds
like
good.
mac and cheese, but different.
Wow. I'm in.
I know how you like your black pudding and sauce when you're in Barbados, David.
Yeah, I had, no, my people delivered at midday my black pudding and sauce yesterday, so.
Declan James, I heard you.
Hi, Lassie.
Hello, hello.
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 Lance is on Daddy
Hi.
duty.
Yes, I am. I have kids waiting for lunch, so I'm just popping on to listen in for a moment.
Yeah, that's right. It's lunchtime there.
Hi, Eddie. You got a lot of Clarks on here. Carol, Eddie, David, Andrew.
I actually have a Clark that I work with, and I had remembered us talking about Panama a while back. And so but he spells his name without a
Like Grace.
No, E?
without the E.
Yeah, he ain't family then.
His
I just messing.
his grandmother's from Cologne, Panama.
Oh, you never know. You never know.
Yeah, so I didn't know. I asked him to get some information to me, and then I sent him you guys' name so that if his grandmother recognized him, then she might be able to say something. But yeah, his name is spelled without the E, so I don't know. But he's got roots in Cologne, Panama.
Yeah, a lot of times when they came to the US, at Ellis Island, the people just took off the E. You don't need that. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the Ministry of Health calling to find out if the people had the right to do my second text yet. So.
Oh, wow.
You know, you're lucky that they don't have to stick you. If not, you won't have no place left.
That's how life goes.
So everyone's doing good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fine.
Very good.
Healthy.
Voted yesterday, early voting, yay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
put mine
Good
in the
job.
box a while ago.
Yeah,
And
we
Diane
got,
put hers in.
yeah.
The only body not happy is my son. My son was supposed to be going to Howard University. So his first semester was online. It now looks like the whole year is going to be online. So he was not happy.
Uh, is it his first year?
It's his first year.
Oh,
and
wow.
his entire first year will be online. And he was supposed to be playing soccer for Howard. Of course, there's no soccer at all. So that's all canceled.
Oh, man.
Yeah, my niece, she's at Michigan State. She thought she's going to be able to go on campus and have the campus life, but she's got to do her thing virtual. And
Hey.
my daughter graduates from North Carolina A&T
Wow.
in December.
Congratulations.
So she's got to do her last semester. She graduates online.
Wow.
Graduation.
Hey, Mama Gibson is in.
Hey, Ma.
Uh,
Hey. Hey.
hello.
How you guys doing?
Hi.
And you?
Good, good.
How come my brother didn't put his video on yet?
Your voice is going in and out, Mom.
Turn the TV off, Judy. Judy have the basketball game. She had the football game on.
Oh, okay.
Was playing, you know that. I gotta find them remote. No, you talking about me.
Mom, I'm hoping that your cousin Roberto will join. I texted him yesterday, day before.
Really?
Yeah, hopefully he'll join.
Any of those anymore.
Dark in here now. So it's dark in here now. What happened?
Sounds like a bad spark plug.
So far we don't have any new people on yet, huh?
Oh,
I was gonna say that second. Yep, glad you got it fixed.
Unplug this.
Lance is gone?
No, Lance is still there.
Yeah, but he's not there.
He's on dad's duty. He's feeding his kids.
Yeah, he's got to feed the kids.
So for those of you who know Barbados well, my quarantine is at the Blue Horizon Hotel. Of course, I can see the beach, but I cannot go to it.
You shouldn't talk because there's a video going around about like somebody said they were quarantined in Barbados and the place they were showing you where they were quarantined looked disgusting. So don't you're getting special treatment.
I can show you what my quarantine room looks like. This is my.
Like the thing they had looked like the old hospital, man. You know, with all the. It didn't look nice.
There.
oh, nice.
Okay.
Good to me.
Nice.
Privilege.
Yeah, but I can't go anywhere.
But the view is good.
It's called a gilded cage.
Auntie left us a video version of her will that she wanted us to play today, 6 months after her passing.
PP.
I had to change my trip. I was planning to come in December to Barbados. I changed it.
You could still come. You could still come. You only have to quarantine. If you have your PCR test, you only have to do, from the day you have the test, you do 5 days, you get tested, then you're good to go after 5 days.
I don't want to go on quarantine. Then come back to UK and quarantine again.
Right.
But the UK is probably 14 days quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just not worth traveling these days.
Not worth it.
But when I go back to Jamaica, that's 14 days quarantine. They don't do any testing. They just quarantine you for 14 days.
I know you'll give it. Loving. Don't talk to the TV,
I'll
Ron.
be a quarantine expert by
My nieces today, my daughters. I leave to you my home.
Good afternoon, everyone.
It is and spares of just about everything else. And my dear Jody, you'll be delighted to know that your antique store is fully paid off.
All right. Fully paid off.
My life's work has been my candy shop.
I called Phil. Wait.
Whose phone is that? That's Phil.
For it to evolve.
Oh, that's Phil.
Positive growth. There are two
That's
people.
Phil, Judy.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Ownership. So I leave 50% of my candy shop to my family. And the other 50%, hopefully he's arrived by now, I to Dex Walters. Thank you all.
So we are at 2:14. We didn't really have a presentation for today, so we were going to do just a kind of an open forum. If anybody had any interesting family stories that they wanted to tell, then we were going to just kind of do it that way and just make it an open floor. So anybody who has anything that they wanted to share with the rest of the group, then feel free to just go ahead.
You got anything you got to share?
Is that okay? Go ahead. Oh, I thought you guys, Arlene, Otto, I thought you guys were.
Oh, we were just waving hello.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, you raise your hand like that, you're gonna get volunteered real quick.
I know. Oh, nothing is happening here in Arizona. Praise the Lord. The virus thing hasn't spiked here as it has in a lot of other places. So we're grateful for that. So we're just doing what we've been doing for the last month, you know, playing it safe, wearing our mask, and staying home most of the time, just going out for absolutely necessary things.
Okay.
We talked to our daughter. She's in Germany. She said it's spiking over there. They just got out of quarantine because they've been there, are now going on 3 weeks. So they're just beginning to try to live a normal life, back to work, back to school, that type of thing. So all things considered, life is pretty good. It's all right.
Great.
Yeah, it's nice to see you guys.
Likewise.
Good to see you.
New York City's
pretty quiet. We're having areas that are spiking up now. So of course, you know, Cuomo's ready to shut it back down, as he did a great job in the beginning of this whole thing.
Right.
And so the mayor, you know, he keeps saying he's going to do this, he's going to do that, and then you watch the news and Cuomo's like,
no, you're not.
Up to him. It's not up to him. So I think what they're doing is he's trying to narrow it down to like a block radius as opposed to a zip, and just put some, you know, enforcement there. But one thing I felt really proud was that even though the lines are long for voting, everybody has their mask on.
Good.
My husband was in Harlem doing photos, and the line was going around like 6 blocks. And everybody, definitely, because we're out there doing what we have to do, and everybody was pleasant, and everybody, I was only like 2.5 hours, so it wasn't that long. But everybody has their mask on, and so that, you know, that's a good thing.
Well, here in Toronto, the numbers are starting to climb again. We got down to about 500 a day, and now we're up over 1,000 now. So
really
starting to scale back some of the openings. They just closed down the gyms. No more indoor eating restaurant. Instead of doing the whole city, what they did is they took different regions within the city. So usually I live in Peel region, which gets lumped together with Toronto and the city. So we closed down together, but now as we closed down, the outer areas started getting more people coming from the city over to their areas. So now they're starting to shut down the surrounding areas. So it's getting bigger and bigger.
Wow.
The schools are still open, which is great because I can't work with my grandkids at home. And it's not been too bad, but it's just like I guess people are fed up and they just, we have mandatory indoor masks, so that's not even a question anymore.
Right.
Schools are open over here. Kids go to school every day.
Really? Wow.
They're all
Yeah,
open.
Here they did a choice. You had a choice between online and in class. So it works out to about 60% of the schools have gone online, and 40% of the students are in class.
Oh, Stove does 3 days over there. 3 days in school, 2 days home, or 2 days the other reverse. But he does half and half.
Yeah, they had that as an option here, and they decided not to, which I'm glad they didn't, because like for my grandkids to stay home, I don't know who's going to watch them because I have to work and my daughter works outside the home. So that would be impossible for us.
I was working on trying to get a cousin of ours to come and give us a little update on the Corolla, but he has to work today. He was supposed to come today, so sorry. He might come next week. Trudy, you know who I'm talking about? Remember the guy that Amelia was going crazy about his wife's shoes?
Oh, yes.
We get to meet him. He might come.
Okay.
But he had to work today.
Yeah.
That didn't work out. So we'll see. He said he really wants to do it, so we might get an update on it.
That would be good.
I think so.
Yeah. How's Detroit doing?
It's coming, but we had like 1,500 every week of the coronavirus. So it's spreading hurting. It's not, you know,
Not as bad.
it's not as bad, but we still have it very seriously.
Right.
So a lot of people are being quarantined. Some of my friends, so we have to take it easy too. It's very serious over here in Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, funny enough,
But we are praying everything be okay.
yeah, for sure. One of my neighbors, avid.
Are you gonna share, Andrew?
He's you're muted, I think, if you're trying to talk. But anyway, this guy is an avid Trump supporter. And between he and his family, and I don't have a problem with whoever supports whoever, but he and his family, they want these kids back in school, and they don't want to wear masks and all this kind of stuff.
Exactly.
He's a he works in the government, and he works closely with all the security and all this kind of stuff. And anyway, I knew that this guy was going to end up contracting the virus. And so I saw him out, cutting grass the day before, and I said, it's going to be just a matter of time before this guy gets it, because I know what he does. And so, so sure enough, I saw his wife coming out with a mask on. And I've never seen her wear a mask before. So she's coming out of her house and go to the car with a mask, and I said,
"What's going on?
He got it."
Born again mask wearer.
Yep. And so, and he's been sick for the last 3
Wow.
last 3 weeks. He tried to get out and do some stuff, and I talked to him, from a distance, and he said, "I'm not feeling good at all."
Right.
He better hope he ain't one of them people that get the long range symptoms that they're stuck with.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what people don't understand, and I don't understand how they don't understand it.
This is not like the flu. Yeah, it's not a flu.
Well, if you don't know what you don't know, and so so these folks end up damaged.
So, Jimmy, I'm going to interrupt you with that one. You don't know what you don't know. I bet if you ask any of those people to come close and you'll tongue kiss them, they'll say no. So they know.
They know they don't care.
They know there's something going on.
Yeah, that's true. But he may have long-term damage.
Oh yeah.
So
how old is he about?
He's a few years younger than me. He's in his early 50s.
That can be a dangerous age to have COVID. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm keeping safe.
Right.
Yeah.
Already damaged.
Sometimes you could say you don't know what you don't want to know. Sometimes, in other words, they're like la 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 hoax, nothing to see here, and next thing you know, they have it.
Yeah.
You were getting ready to say something?
Yeah. I don't know how you call 250,000 people dead a hoax. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
Otto, were you getting ready to say something?
No, I said that guy was already damaged. He supports Trump.
Yeah. True that.
Yeah. When we had the election 4 years ago, for those folks who supported Trump over Hillary, I gave everybody the benefit of the doubt, because I used to go door to door knocking on people's door to ask if they're going to vote, and I would hear their stories. I don't like Hillary and I don't like Trump. So I'm either going to vote for the lesser of the two evils, or I'm not going to vote at all. Right. So I get that, they wanted to vote because they didn't know, they knew kind of what he was all about, but they didn't know, over 4 years of a presidency. Now they know. And so for people who still support this guy,
there's nothing he can do to stop him from voting.
I have put them in 3 categories.
Yep.
And either they are a politician and they need to be re-elected,
Right.
or they are rich,
Mm-hmm.
and they like what he's doing for their pockets,
Right.
support him,
Mm-hmm.
or they have a different agenda that and I hate to just say they're racist, but they kind of
the xenophobic.
Right.
Yeah.
So they fall in that category that helps
Mhm.
them to promote, you know, their beliefs and things. So
this is where I apply the duck test. If it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, there you go.
Bloody duck.
Right.
I was watching the news and they did an interview and it was someone like a Mike Wallace and it was a rural town and they all voted for Trump and it was a gentleman and his wife and they were Caucasian and the woman said she felt like he did a lot for her and, and you know, for the country. And so he kept repeating, oh, you feel he did a lot for you? You feel he did a lot for the country? He says, yes, I believe that. I believe that he's good for the country. You believe he's good for the country? He says, yes, I believe that he was sent by God. He says, so you believe Trump was sent by God? But that's the mentality. That's the message that's being shared in those communities.
Yep, the evangelicals they love him for some reason.
I also find that from watching the news and stuff,
They have been blasting him on in the commercial in the ads now.
Yeah, but depends on what channel you're watching, because I find that a lot of the people that support him only watch Fox News.
Exactly.
They listen to him and nothing else.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the family call? Oh, she got on the family call?
Yeah, she was on before me and then I came on.
How did Torch go?
Oh, sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, in the chat, I shared a link to a service I played for yesterday in Washington, D.C. With Archbishop Wilton Gregory, who was just named a cardinal today. So I thought that was an interesting piece of news. So
cool.
Did you want me to play it and share it, or?
Yeah, there's some parts of it that are boring and some parts are interesting. So
You can do just your performance.
How long is it?
The whole service is like an hour, but you don't want the whole service. If you pull it up, perhaps I can tell you where to speed up to.
Okay.
Is that in Largo, Maryland?
Yes, Largo, Maryland.
Yeah, good old Largo, where the Capitol Center used to be.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Now you know how to get to church.
Hi, Jimmy.
Yes.
I just have someone here that wants to say hi to you quickly.
Yo, Nuke, what's going on, bro?
Hey, hold on. Let me get back to this deal. Hey, what's going on, Nuke?
What's going on, good brother? How you doing?
How you doing? Good, good.
This is my other half, Robert Robinson.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, family.
Hey, Robert.
How's it going?
Hello there.
Yo, Jimmy, Omicron, Spring 89. Good to meet you, brother.
All right. Epsilon Alpha, Fall 82.
Okay, Nuke. All right, Pro Fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you guys enjoy your call.
Okay, you too. Nice to meet you.
Hey, Trudy.
Hey, Rob, how are you?
Good.
Yeah, so just so that you guys know, that's my fraternity brother from Kappa Alpha Psi. And so, anytime we know of another fraternity brother, then we're going to try to make our acquaintance with them. So that's just, that's just part of it. That's a lot of the Greek organizations will do that. So sorry about that interruption, but it has to be done.
Jimmy, so that's the Kappas?
What's that?
Which one is that?
Yeah, Kappa Alpha Psi.
That's the cute boys, right?
The pretty boys, baby.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Get your priorities straight.
Okay, I got it.
As an alpha, speaking as an alpha.
Oh, those are the smart boys.
No.
Are we gonna have a Greek battle now?
No.
Yeah, we all have our different stigmas.
Sigma Gamma Rho in the house.
All right.
Got you, Andrew. Okay, go for it, Jimmy.
What's that?
Go for the music.
Okay, let me share my screen, guys. Hold on.
Hey, Jimmy, a niece want to speak to you. Want to wave at you. Wave at Uncle Jimmy.
Hey there.
Hey, Uncle Jimmy. She been waving at you all day. Say
Oh, I'm
hi.
sorry about that, sweetheart. How you doing?
Two of them want to say hi now. Okay, that's enough.
Well, how are you guys doing?
They're fine. They're fine. They're
Very
fine.
good. Very good. Uncle Jimmy will talk to you later, okay?
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye, sweetie.
Bye. Oh, she throwing a kiss at you.
Oh. All right. So here we go with the video.
Okay.
Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I'm gonna widen it up.
Got around 27 minutes.
But they cannot play the games, Jane. Judy, tell them they can't play the games. Go over there, untouched.
Hey, Mom, put your phone on mute for a little bit. Let's see. Let me unmute these guys.
Of mercy and compassion for all. Especially
So in a couple of minutes, we're going to do a song.
we pray to the Lord.
Lord, hear our prayer.
For the wives of permanent deacons, that Christ provide them with strength to fulfill their commitment and sacrifices.
Go forward about a minute, Jimmy.
We pray to the Lord.
About a minute?
Lord,
Yeah,
In mercy.
because it's soon.
And play that. Make low, turn it down.
Hail Mary, a version y'all probably never heard.
Blessed be your name. My the Lord is, He's with you. Hello, mother. Blessed be your child. You came to us, your only child, that we might live anew. We bless you, blessed Mother. Blessed be your children. Hail, Hail Mary, full of grace. Hello, Mary. Blessed be your name. Hail, Mother.
Oh, we missed her last notes.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you. And this is the, by the way, he's the first Black U.S. Cardinal. He was just named today.
Wow.
Cardinal Wilton Gregory.
So, Michael, can you explain what's going on with that?
So we're singing a song during the offertory. So the song is Hail Mary, Full of Grace, but it's a jazz arrangement, which is not real jazz because I actually read music. So I have a script that I'm reading. So it's not like, it sounds very like an improvisation, but it really isn't. Most of it is written out. But so she's doing that during the offertory. And during the offertory, we don't actually pick up an offertory anymore during COVID, but he prepares the table for communion, and then they offer incense as a sweet savor ascending of prayers to God kind of thing. So there's a lot of ritual going on there with the cardinal. So there was a cardinal there and 2 bishops in the background. So.
Thank you. That was
beautiful. Was that Gail singing?
No, that was a cantor from that church.
Okay.
Her name is Bernadette Crawford. She actually has a powerful story because she just got through fighting with, I think it was colorectal cancer. And I mean, she really went through it. But now she is back and is like amazing. Is amazing.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank y'all for watching.
Yeah, thank you for sharing.
It was very good.
Okay, so in continuing on with this open forum, I got a request from Lance, who wanted to talk about our family military experience, and so between himself and David, maybe you guys can kind of share. David, maybe starting with you, if you can kind of share like where you trained and any stations that you've been at. And then we'll let Lance follow you.
Otto too. He was in the
Who's that? Otto. Okay, and then Otto. Thank you.
I would actually go to Otto since he's the senior.
Okay. Well played, David. Well played.
Otto, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, bro.
Unmute, Otto.
I didn't unmute him.
There we go. All right.
Yeah, I've been in the Army in 1967. Huh? 65, my wife says. See, what do I remember? 67. I got married in 67, that's what I remember. Okay. What I did. I was trained in basic training at Fort Gordon, Georgia. Okay. I'm from Fort Gordon, Georgia. I came back to Aberdeen, Maryland for AIT. Then I went to Fort Carson, Colorado. Left Fort Carson, Colorado, I went to Anchorage, Alaska, which is Fort Richardson, Alaska. I spent 2 years there, and then I came back and I was discharged from the Army for 3 years, after 3 years.
Army, okay.
I never had a bad day in the Army. I was E5.
Very good.
And I had my wife with me all the time.
I'm sure that helped.
I have to say, oh yeah, it kept me warm.
Secondary. He actually got married after he had been in the service for about 6 months, I guess.
No, more than that.
And thereabouts, give or take a month. So we actually spent our honeymoon in Anchorage because he left right after the wedding, a week after our wedding, and I didn't see him again for 3 months. But I count my blessings that we were able to spend the 2 years together while he was still serving.
She, after 53 years, she's still worried about the 3 months. Still missing those 3 months.
Still, oh.
All right. Well, thank you for that. David, did you want to go next, or are you going to give it to the youngest person?
I'll give it to the youngest person.
Okay.
Well, thank you, sir. Shayla says, Shayla, can you say hi? Can you say Shay Shay? Yeah, she's saying her name finally. She's 21 months old and she's saying her name.
All right.
Good.
So I enlisted right after 9/11. So 2002 officially, I joined the Army Reserves. But before that, I was really set on joining the Marine Corps band, the field band. I played brass growing up through high school, so trumpet, trombone, but percussion became my primary in high school. And so I wanted to be a part of the Marine Corps band and had the recruiter come to my house and talk about further education and all of that. But then I realized I still wanted to be, you know, who I was in my civilian life, teaching private lessons and working with my old high school marching band. And so I denied the offer, actually, to go to the Marines. And the following year, I heard about the Army Reserves, which is like part-time military. So it's 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year in the summertime, but that's kind of changed over the years. So anyway, I did enlist after 9/11 and came in on red alert. So I went to training in Georgia, actually at Fort Benning.
Okay.
So Otto, pretty close to where you were. And Fort Benning is an all-male infantry training station. So I got the real drill sergeant treatment. And I really enjoyed it. I really look back and see that basic training is you being prepared to be a soldier. And when you see the mindset that the drill sergeants have, it's to train you. It's not a joke, but it's very motivational. So I really appreciated that. In 03, so the following January, I went to Fort Sam Houston, Texas for my AIT or job training. And I actually qualified for 2 positions. I could have gone to Boston and been a radio communications tech, or stay here in Southern California at Los Alamitos and be a patient admin specialist. So I chose to stay here in Southern California to be a patient admin specialist at a local, it's like a dentist unit. So it was medical doctors, but they focused on dentistry. So I did some medical records and things of that nature and learned a lot. But they knew that I played trumpet. So I was actually used more as a bugler for military events than I actually did my primary MOS for my job. And one of the beautiful stories of that is I was on a call for a funeral, a military funeral, but apparently someone double booked. They double booked an Air Force bugler and an Army bugler. And so I show up and I see this Air Force man, and I said, is this the Hastings Memorial? He said, yes, I'm here too. And so we figured out, hey, they double booked. Well, let's do a very unique version of taps, which is that 24-note salute. And it was the echo version of taps, which I had never done. So I stood about 100 yards away, and he played right in front of the family. And so when he started, da, 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 off in the distance you hear, doo, doo, doo. So it's like the pitch changed and it went down the distance. So it was really cool to do that. And I use it to this day with my students.
Wow, that's
so it was kind of a blessing, you know, to learn that. But I really enjoyed my time. Music was definitely strong throughout my training. I never did go overseas or go into battle, but we were on red alert. So I trained in Minnesota for 2 weeks, Bemidji, Minnesota, which is an Indian reservation there, and did some training with the people and was ready, but never did actually go out of the country for battle, but they selected certain squads to go out. So people that had my same MOS, they were sent, but I wasn't. And I think that was God's way of saying, hey, music is something that you need to do here. And I was able to, I opted out 1 year early out of my bonus. And because I felt that strong call, I was able to pursue music full time, but I really appreciated the grace from the unit and from the people there. But I didn't quite make E5. I got to E4. I was a specialist and didn't quite make my NCO rank, but I'm grateful for the journey for sure.
very good. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
So last but not least, I had to go to my report chart and click on the folks on the in the military to make sure I didn't miss anybody. And I don't see anybody other than David. So David, last but not least, we're going to let you go ahead.
Wait, before David begins, what are you going to do with the civilians that work for the U.S. Air Force?
I don't know what you're eating there, but we're going to make sure we get to you after David's finished. And if you want to share some of that, you can.
So mine is not a traditional Army career. As my brother would say, I joined the Barbados Regiment when I was 16. And when the Barbados Defense Force started, I got put on reserve because I was too young to be in the Army. However, I ended up going to work for the British Royal Family. And in going to work for the British Royal Family, I got cross-trained as many things. So a lot of people know about the SAS, but they don't know about the SBS, which is the Special Boat Squadron. And when you're trained as a protection officer for the Royal Family, you go to the SBS for your training. So I was cross-trained by the Royal Family as a protection officer and a diplomat and a driver, and a number of different things. And in the meantime, I used to do things for the Barbados Defense Force, including helping the Governor Generals when they had protocol issues. And so I started out, and then I actually came back, and I was recommissioned back into the Barbados Defense Force and assigned to Government House as a major, and also to do with Barbados Defense Force external appearances. So what you may not know is that there are two armies in the world that have World Health Organization accredited field hospitals. One is Israel and the other is Barbados. And so we have a World Health Organization emergency field hospital that we can actually deploy anywhere in the world to help with disasters. And so we were actually mentored by the Australian Disaster Hospital. In 1990, when I was working for the Royal Family, I got sent to command school in New Zealand at a place called Wairau. So I went to the New Zealand Military Command School. So I spent 3 months at the school and another 3 months on operation. So my career is not a typical Army career. It's one that had lots of different inputs. I then became an equerry to the Earl of Wessex, who is Prince Edward. So an equerry is like a gopher, basically. In the old days, the equerry used to hold the horse for the night when he was climbing on the horse and give him his sword or battle axe. And so I became an equerry to Prince Edward's household. In about probably 1994, I became an equerry, and I've stayed in his household for that. I'm also an aide-de-camp to the Governor General of Barbados and an aide-de-camp to the Queen of England. So an aide-de-camp is like an assistant to do stuff. So I'm a serving major in the Barbados Defense Force, but I'm also an equerry to the Queen of England, at least until we become a republic. Maybe that job might go at the end of next year. And I'm also the honorary aide-de-camp to the Governor General of Barbados. And what that does is, for all state and national events, I make sure that like national investitures and things are done as they should be done. And so I have the authority to override when it comes to parades, state events, and national honors. So when people get national honors in Barbados, if you look at the ceremony, you'll see there's somebody behind in the background making sure that the right medals go to the right people. I'm that person. I make sure I control the flow of those events. In actual fact, so if you look at my thing, you'll see at the back of my name, you will see I have a CVO. So I'm a commander of the Victorian Order, which is the Queen's Personal Order of Chivalry. So my next promotion, I become a Knight Commander of that order. And in actual fact, I am actually in another stream. So it is possible that later this year I will get another honor, and so I could actually have the equivalent of 2 knighthoods from 2 different streams. So my career is not a typical one. It's a very interesting one because it was not a planned career either. It is something that happened. And so I should shortly be promoted to Lieutenant Colonel in the next couple of weeks. So, and the highest rank in Barbados is a colonel. So technically I can't actually go any further in that. And the retirement age for the Army in Barbados is 60 for the reserves. But because I'm also the aide-de-camp to the Governor General of Barbados, my scroll actually says I serve at the pledge of Her Majesty as long as I have good behavior. So as long as I have good behavior, I can keep on serving.
Watch yourself.
So
Watch yourself now.
for me, there's not a retirement age. There's an age where you get kicked out. However, with Barbados moving to a republic by November next year, if that happens, once the Governor General post ceases, my job will cease to exist. Unless the President appoints me.
All right.
David,
I was just going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
James, I sent you a picture of David in his uniform. You can share it. I sent it to you on WhatsApp.
Congrats, David, on your early congrats for your promotions.
David, I have a question. If you could help me to understand, you mentioned some things. You mentioned national honors and knighthood.
Yeah.
The giving of the title of sir.
Yep.
What I guess what I'm trying to say, I'm trying to find out how I could research the fact that Joseph Conrad Spooner was given the title of sir in Barbados.
Okay. So
I don't know what to do.
So what you need to do is, he will have sir, but there should be some other letters behind his name because there's several streams of orders of knighthoods. Mm-hmm. So you have the Order of St. Michael and St. George, which is one order of knighthood. Mm-hmm. You have the Order of the British Empire, which is another order, and they have different grades in each. In Barbados, we have the Order of Barbados, of which the highest honor is the Knight of St. Andrew, because Barbados independence is St. Andrew's Day. Mm-hmm. You have the Order of the Bath, and that order came about before a person moved from a squire to a knight. They will have a bath in 1300. They would have a bath before they actually got knighted because they didn't used to bathe too often in those days. And then you have the Order of St. John. So you've got several different orders.
Right.
They're given for different things.
Is there a database that I could search?
There isn't a database as such unless you know which stream he is in. So if he was in the Order of St. Michael and St. George, the Order of the British Empire, the Order of the Bath, you would have to know, you would have to look at his things and see which order. And if you actually tell me, I can actually pull it up and get it for you. Because everybody who receives a knighthood or an imperial honor, their name is published in the official gazette. So if you actually went to the UK Gazette in the UK, if you actually put in my full name and LVO, it will come up that on the 16th of October 2003, Her Majesty made me a Lieutenant of the Victorian Order. And then if you search further, you will see that in the Queen's birthday honors in 2017, Her Majesty promoted me to a commander in that order. So everything is actually in the UK Gazette. So anybody who is in the British Commonwealth and receives, if you go to the UK Gazette and type in their name, you should be able, but you have to know which order. So if you type in Joseph Conrad Spooner, if it was a KCMG or a KB or whatever, then the Gazette will bring it up and it will have what he got it for.
Okay. I'll get that information. I'll be in touch. Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a question. So I should address, and you are
Sir David Clark, or how should I address
No,
you?
no. I'm not,
No.
sir. My next promotion, because I'm a commander of the Victorian Order, to be Sir David, I need to become a knight commander, which is my next promotion. So because I work for the royal family, you move up the order. So you start, the order starts as a member of the order. So the initials behind your name would be MVO. Then you get promoted to a lieutenant, you become an LVO. Then you get promoted to a commander. And then closer to when you're coming up to retirement, instead of paying you a lot of money, they make you a knight commander. And then you become Sir David.
But that ain't happening with me.
Hey,
Know that, right?
The thing is, since I know how the U.S. Army, how they move up in ranks, I know what the non-commissioned officers, how they move up in rank, but I don't know how the British do it. So I need that when I am speaking, that I can tell the people that Sir David Clark is my cousin.
Yes. so the interesting thing is that
you agree with me, Trudy? Don't you agree with me? Just raise your hand. You agree with me?
Yeah, but let me explain to you that all the other orders except the Victorian Order, people can recommend you for. So anybody in the UK can go onto the website and recommend any person for an order except the Victorian Order. Only the Queen can decide who she gives that order, and you have to have worked for the Queen. So that is the smallest of all the orders. So in Barbados, there are probably 4 people who have in that stream. And there's one knight in that order in Barbados who is about 90 years old. If I become the next knight, I will be the first person in 30 years to become a knight in that order. So the Victorian Order, and you can Google this, the Victorian Order is the personal order of the sovereign. So nobody she alone gives that. You can't be recommended, so nobody can recommend me for that. So I don't have to depend on being a good person to politicians or anybody, because that's the monarch's personal gift.
So I'm going to claim that for you. It's coming.
Yeah.
In other words, you're special.
But the orders of knighthood are very separate, and you get it for different things.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, David, and Otto and Lance. We appreciate your service to your different countries, or our country, if this is the country that you serve. And we're very proud of you guys. We're proud of your achievements. And so next time we will continue on.
Stop crossing you. You know, like I've been doing all this research, and just about every one of the family that's been to the States from the World War I down, they've all registered to be in the military. All the males been in the military.
Wow.
That's interesting.
Some of them were only in the States 3 months and they registered for the military. So we've been doing that for a long time.
Yeah.
Harry, that was always the way to go. That was the easy way to go. And most of the people coming from the foreign countries, though, that left Panama also did the same. So nobody worked for the U.S. Army. Remember that in Panama we had bases. And in some of the different states, they had bases too. And I worked for the U.S. Air Force as a personnel management specialist at GS-11, and traveled all over the United States on my TDY trips. Went to Arizona, went all over the place, and had a wonderful time. So that's the reason why now with the COVID, I'm not missing traveling. It's nice to be home. I work for the U.S. for civilian personnel. No? Here in Panama, there are quite a few. It was a very tasking job, but it was fun.
Yeah, my dad was in the Army stationed in Panama, which is how he met my mom.
Thank you.
One little thing, I had the honor of driving the first Sergeant Major of the Army, Sergeant Woodward. I don't know if you remember him. I had it on one of our acid tests. I was his chauffeur, and all the other guys were saying, "Wow, look at you! You get to drive the first sergeant major in the army." And these guys are driving colonels and major and generals and all kinds of people.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Did anybody else have anything they wanted to share?
I must also say that I also have a police ID card. I'm actually the Special Operations Advisor for Barbados Police and have been since 2002. So I also have the powers of arrest for anybody who comes to Barbados and gets in trouble. They got great. They're great if you come to misbehave yourself.
I planning to go to Barbados. I better think twice because I might not know to have a good behavior.
David.
Yes.
I heard a story about a good few years ago when you went to get on the plane. They found out you had a gun and they tried to kick you off.
Yeah, but I have to get out of jail card.
Somebody said that that you were getting on a plane, you had a gun, and they were trying to give you a hard time, but you know.
Yeah, it's the British government gun, not mine. I was just the custodian.
You had a lot of apologizing to do, I heard.
That's so funny.
Yes, of course, I had to apologize to be. In actual fact, I'll give you another story. I was going to Bermuda. When I first started working for the royal family, I worked for the Queen's husbands for Prince Philip. In those days, we had what was called a BA-146. Could only fly for 6 hours. I had to refuel. I ahead before the jet to make all the arrangements. And so I was going from New York to Bermuda. And of course, I had a one-way ticket via a letter. So the aircraft is called the Queen's Flight, which is like how they have Air Force One. The Queen's Flight is the airplane for the Queen of England and her husband. So I had a letter saying that I am going to be leaving Bermuda on a Queen's Flight. So when I got to New York, the immigration officer asked me if I had my return ticket from Bermuda. And I said, I don't have a return ticket, but I have a letter saying that I'm leaving Bermuda on an aircraft of the Queen's Flight. Of course, they didn't know what the Queen's Flight was. So they wouldn't let me on the plane. So then the guy said, can anybody in Bermuda vouch for you? I said, yes, call the governor, because I'm staying with the governor. So I called Government House and gave the phone to the immigration officer, who said, yes, I am staying at Government House. But I've had chances where people tried to throw me out of places because I said I work for Buckingham Palace, and the people said I must be a lunatic. And that actually happened. No, that happened in a hotel. I went to see the general manager about the rooming arrangements for the royal family. And when the lady asked me, the receptionist, I said, I'm from Buckingham Palace. The lady called the security guard and said, there's a crazy man in here, and he came to throw me out. And so I then had to get the boy to vouch that I really was from Buckingham Palace and I was here to do the rooming arrangement. So I've had a lot of fun along the way.
Yeah, that's good. That's funny. And unfortunately, it's a representation of the times that we're in. You know, it's like we can achieve all kinds of stuff, but we still are challenged in those achievements. Unfortunately,
not the right color.
Right.
Yeah. The other thing is when I plan royal visits, I usually have 2 policemen with me, and no matter what meetings I go to, they will always talk to the white policeman and not to me. And then the white policeman will play along, and at the end of it, they will turn around and say, excuse me, sir, have you agreed to any of this? And I said, no, we're not doing any of those things. I've had fun. In fact, some of my best trips in recent times were with Prince Harry. In fact, I'm going on a trip.
You got to repeat that.
Repeat. You have to repeat.
So, one of my trips with Prince Harry in 2016, when he was dating Meghan, he wanted to bring her on a trip, but she was not yet, they were not yet officially engaged. So I had to tell him he couldn't. So I had to say he couldn't come on the trip.
Oh, wow. You can't be too popular for that.
Well, there was nothing he could do it because I was actually senior to him because I was representing his grandmother.
Yeah.
If you actually look at a picture of Prince Harry, he wears a neck jewel and 3 medals. If you look at a picture of me in uniform, you'll see I have the same exact neck jewel, and I have 1 medal in common, but I have 5 medals if you look at my uniform. And look at a picture of Prince Harry in either uniform or thing, and you'll see he wears a neck jewel. And if you look at a picture of me, you'll see I wear the same exact jewel.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
But you're a higher ranking officer, so he has to respect you.
Exactly. And also, I was also representing the Queen's private secretary on that visit. So I was the senior person in that visit.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Well, as I was saying, we all are proud of you guys' accomplishments for sure.
Yeah.
So it's 3:07 now. Is there anybody else that want to share anything with the family? Okay, well, with that being said, then we will conclude this social hour and we'll pick it up again in another 2 weeks. And if we have our presentation that was planned, then we'll go ahead with that. If not, then we'll have another kind of open forum. I really like these where we get to learn a lot more about our family members. So so be on the lookout for something like that again.
Jimmy, I don't see David's picture in the chat. Is that where I'm supposed to look?
No, I WhatsApp to him. He's supposed to do it with
I'm supposed to do it, or
share your screen with it.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Jimmy.
You shared with me?
Yeah, I sent it on WhatsApp to your phone.
Oh, okay. All right, so then what
I think I have mine.
I'll
David,
put,
I have mine.
I'll put it in our when I let the guys know that YouTube's been published. I'll put it in that email.
I'm still waiting for the kids pictures, the youth pictures.
Yeah, we have to.
We haven't gotten them yet.
I don't think we formalized that and put reminders out there for that. But also, it looks like Wayne shared several photos. Are these snapshots or
yeah, snapshots? Yeah.
Okay, good.
It's slightly different as different people. It's very slightly different.
Okay. All right. So I'll make sure I put those in our announcements as well.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So
which picture did you send, Ari? Which picture did you send?
The one, I think the last one you sent when you went to Owen Arthur's funeral.
Here's my phone here.
The one that you went to, that's the one at Owen Arthur's funeral when you were standing outside doing nothing.
Oh, this is very, very impressive. Can you guys see that?
Wow.
That's the last.
Yeah, I think I have that
Back
one.
to Government House, remember?
I remember that
Yeah,
picture.
that was after Owen Arthur's funeral.
Right, when you went back to Government House, I just remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be sure to put this out if there's no issues with that, David.
There are no issues. In fact, I can send you one with Prince Philip, one of my early ones, not in uniform, but in civilian clothes, or one with Prince Harry if you want.
Oh, Prince William, I have Prince William.
I want to see
Yeah,
Prince Harry. Prince William.
I'll put up for Prince Harry.
I'll take Harry.
Hey,
Absolutely.
Reagan already got him.
There's
I
one.
have mine. I don't know about you.
There's one in Guyana on at Kaichor Waterfalls with Prince Harry. I might send you that one, Jimmy.
Okay.
This year.
Awesome.
But that's for family sharing.
Oh, right.
Family.
All right, so I'll look out for that, and so you guys will see a reminder from me within the next few days that this video has been published. So if we don't have anything else, we'll go ahead and we'll complete this. Arlene, are you saying something there, dear?
I just want to say next time we want to hear your story, Jimmy. You were sitting back there. So next time you
Sure. I will definitely share all my stuff for sure.
You go first.
Okay, we'll do.
Okay.
I'm saying something.
All right. Someone on the iPhone wants to say something? Okay, I think that's it then. All right, guys. So we will see you next time.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye.
Bye, Cheryl. Bye.
Mom, you're saying something, dear?
I said, love you.
All right, love you too, Mom.
What's wrong with the rest of us?
Love all of you guys.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
All right, bye-bye.
Done. Cheryl, I'll make that call for you.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, everybody.
Bye-bye.